So yeah, I'm going into one big run into the next video. So I just finished the previous one about you grading yourself. Now about the downsides of flow triggers. Okay, we talked about these triggers before, and again, I want you to get the next page, but still the same pen for that matter. And I want you to start rating yourself again into these triggers. How likely do you see yourself use these triggers? And then for the ones that you grade yourself very highly, read over to these downsides, so to say. You can read more about them in the further reading, but let's run them through quite quickly in case you have lost them. So again, you will hear me say them. Get your pen and paper, write it down, and then write down your grade. How likely am I going to use this flow trigger? And then afterwards, how can I prevent the downside of it? So yeah, curiosity, passion, purpose. Over prioritizing. I do this often myself. So I'm fully giving myself into the slides and videos right now, and then I'm neglecting my body, my mind, and I am not following the advice that I'm giving you. So already I know that after this run of videos, after today, I will give it a break for a few days and recharge again, and also reconnect with my family again. So it's important to basically do this in between as well. So I've been neglecting that part. So that's the downside of following a passion, purpose, curiosity. And everything is not important other than my curiosity or passion. So I'm being a dick sometimes to myself. Luckily, I get this usually under control. So I used to be way worse. Now I just make fun of myself. So not sure if that's the right strategy. It isn't, to be honest. But we all have a laugh internally. Then autonomy. Too much autonomy. I'm always there's a lack for me of isolating myself in my environment. So yes, I love to work in tight bubbles of focus, but now the entire day I'm all alone making videos in the living room when there's nobody here. I miss the high five moments with team members, the hugs, the shared energy, the yay moments, so to say. And it's screen time to connect with team members. I miss that a lot. So that's a huge downside for my flow trigger. However, it does make me very productive, but I will have to figure something out for that. For me, it's work, family, and sometimes friends. But or not in that sequence. Well, it's family, work, friends. Well, family and work, sort of 50-50. I don't know. I'm not compartmentalizing them. But I noticed that I'm mainly occupied with this growth, basically 24 hours a day. Luckily, the benefits of growth are that you can add different aspects of your life, so to say. So by playing with my kids, I can work on growth. But too often it is with a growth perspective instead of being with my kids. So that I do need to learn. So sometimes I have to get out of my bubble. Complete concentration. I think in that department I can do pretty well. I'm not sure about you, but it's a risk of having a tunnel vision for only seeing it from one side of perspective. So if you have to move sand from A to B and you are fully concentrated, you can shovel a lot of sand, but it creates a lot of tunnel vision. You might forget to hire somebody else to help you shovel, or to ask friends, or perhaps use a machine. There are many ways to get the sand from A to B. Concentration can help a lot, but it can also create a tunnel vision. So that's definitely a danger there. A risk, of course, excessive risk can be very dangerous. Again, be aware of your risk appetite. Are you risk searching? For example, you can often see this by how's your money management. Do you have everything on the safe at bank, so to say, or do you invest in assets? Do you diversify? And what type of assets are you searching for? Are you mainly in the tech stocks or in crypto? Or in the higher risk environment, or are you going for the grains, the water companies, etc.? Novelty. How's the novelty in your life? Too much novelty is overstimulation. Same with complexity. Complexity can be the enemy of creativity at times, but also work the other way around. Unpredictability. Well, to be honest, it can give you a heart attack if somebody scares the out of you. So surprise can be good, but also you can't really rely on unpredictability because it is unpredictable. So that makes it hard. Creativity, pattern recognition. You can eventually lead this to mental health issues if you really, really disconnect with your mind and start doing all these exercises that we will give you later, and perhaps overdo it. Just as you can overtrain your body with certain exercises and get the injury like I have on my shoulder right now, you can also over-injure your mind, and that will express it differently, so to say. So you might snap to somebody, or you might be very weird in certain, like disconnected, or all these side effects. Deep embodiment. Don't overdo it. Don't do overdo it, but learn from your mistakes, so to say. So definitely indulge whatever you want to indulge, but reflect. Okay, and that helps with immediate feedback as well. So number 10, immediate feedback is important, but you can overdo it as well. Just imagine getting a ton load of feedback, what to do with it, but also keep asking others about feedback is also a little bit annoying. Number 11, clear goals. Are you going to use it? Do you find it very difficult? Perhaps your obstacles are the way. You can also overly be obsessed with goals. Eventually, when you are in the flow, when you're in the act, goals won't feel as goals. It's more you emerging in the act itself. And then finally, the challenge to skill ratio. Are you balancing enough, or are you over much doing it in the anxiety or in the boredom? But I think we've discussed that enough. I wanted to talk a little bit about the quote from William Blake. It's the road to access leads to the palace of wisdom. So in short, what this means, I thought like, I've always been taught to not do excess. Don't overdo it. But this quote says, overdo it. And then I've started thinking like, they might be right in this regard, because by overdoing it, you learn how to recognize your own boundaries. So I do encourage you to overdo it, and I do want you to fail, and I do want you to reflect and learn and grow like, hey, this is my boundary then. And then especially, how can I increase this certain boundary? So do get into injuries, do bump your head twice, or do snap at somebody, but apologize like, hey, I was wrong. What can we learn from this? Can we deepen our relation? I did it before. So make this error. You are human after all. And being faulty is basically in our design, so to say. What would be a world without faults? So definitely overdo it. Find your balance in overdoing it. But most important, reflect. But I love this quote, very interesting. But I want you to never forget that flow is a tool, not a rule. So flow is something you can use, but remember, and flow is the stage that you want to be in. But for me personally, don't forget your goals. The goals that are in the distant future, but also your goals for now. So touching people's lives, be kind, etc. All those things. So see if you can align your flow with that what you want to be reached. It is a continuous route of self-reflection, and in my opinion, it's worth the risk. So start pushing yourself, don't excess, do whatever you feel right for you. But in my opinion, we are not meant to be scared rabbits hidden in our hole. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all.